Okay, good evening, everybody. It is 6:05, so we'll go ahead and get started with the August 25th Planning Development Zoning Commission meeting. We'll start with roll call. Ryan Miller, that's me, I'm here. Tom Raskin.
Here.
Marianne Atkinson.
Here.
Kenneth Haynes.
Here.
Christy Kennard.
Here.
Dolores Martin.
Here.
And William Richardson. Here. Excellent. Everybody's here, so if I can get you to stand for the pledge for me, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I, Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Okay, thank you so much. Any public comment cards? Okay. No. Okay. We have a staff presentation on the public hearing.
Good evening, Commission members. This is a specific use permit request for property located at 17315 Highway 6, Suite number 101 in Manvel Town Center. The applicant is requesting approval for a Memorial Hermann Primary Care Clinic classified as NICS code 621111, offices of physicians except mental health specialists. The clinic will occupy about 9,000 square feet of lease space, operate Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and be staffed by 3 to 4 doctors or nurses plus an office manager. The site is located within the Manvel Town Center, surrounded by existing commercial and retail uses such as H-E-B, Lowe's, and nearby restaurants and services. Proposed use is consistent with the comprehensive plan, compatible with surrounding developments, and no additional traffic or utility impacts are anticipated. The staff recommends approval with conditions, including limiting the SUP to suite number 101 and 3 predetermined conditions that applies to this proposed use.
Thank you very much. So just a quick question. Well, I guess we'll do questions later. So I guess we will go to the public hearing then. So our public hearing is going to be to hear input from the public regarding an ordinance of the City of Manvel, Texas, amending the zoning classification of approximate 13.08 tract development with a retail building and associated parking described as Reserve A of Manvel Town Center, Phase 1B, located at 17315 Highway 6, Manvel, Texas, from Planned Unit Development District Highway 6 Overlay District to Planned Unit Development District Highway 6 Overlay District with specific use permit, providing for the granting of a specific use permit with conditions to authorize the use of a lease space suite 101 for NAICS use 62111. Offices of physicians, except for mental health specialists, providing for the amendment of the city's official zoning map, providing for severability, and providing a penalty in an amount not to exceed $2,000 for each day of violation of any provision hereof. So we will open the public hearing at 6:08. And second call for public comments. And in the back, no hands in the back. Okay. Final call for public comments. And we'll close the public hearing at 6:08. Okay, up next is our consent agenda, which is 2 items this evening. Approve Meridiana Recreation Center number 3 preliminary plat and approving the meeting minutes to date. Everybody okay with proceeding with that? Okay. And all in favor? And all opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
Who seconded that? Who seconded that?
I made the motion.
I seconded it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Just checking, because I didn't see that, and I have it on my own notes, so yeah.
Oh my God, you got notes.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Baby girl, dangerous.
Okay, on to our regular agenda. Agenda item A, consideration and possible action to forward a final report recommending approval to City Council for the SUP for Manvel Town Center. So I guess I'll open with my question from earlier. Just in general, is this the same or different than the Memorial Herman?
I think that's an
Urgent care.
That's an urgent care, and this is more like just regular, like a.
Primary
regular general-
physician.
Yeah, your
Okay.
physician, yeah.
Thank you. That was really my only question. Any other questions for staff? Any questions at all? No? And ready to make a motion then?
With, make a motion with conditions.
With
though.
conditions, and second? Second. And all those in favor, motion passes 7-0. Excellent. Agenda item B, consideration of possible action to approve and forward with the recommendation of City Council a design criteria for modification request from the City of Manvel Design and Criteria Manual, Section 5, drainage. Who would like to tell us all about that?
Good afternoon, Commission. So this is a request for the allowance of a pump detention system for the Welby Bank located along the southwest corridor of Highway 6 and 288. So the subject site is a 1.1 acre tract located along the south side of Highway 6 west of the Chevron gas station. The property is located in the unshaded flood zone. The entities having jurisdiction over drainage are BDD4, TxDOT, and the City of Manvel. Due to lack of depth at the outfall points, the applicant is proposing to use a pump system to meet our drainage requirements. A similar request for the property located immediately to the west has been approved for pump detention. Drainage on this site will be handled by a combination of 2 ponds and underground storage under the parking lot. There's one proposed outfall point along Highway 6, and we also do have some additional details and exhibits attached with the report. So just going over our criteria laid out in the design criteria manual, a couple of conditions for the allowance of pump detention include the use has to be for non-residential developments. No residence is allowed within 1,000 feet of the pump facility. A backup natural gas generator has to be provided for the pump system. 50% has to be achieved by gravity. And then also the corresponding drainage district has to approve the pump facility. So the applicant has taken a couple of steps to meet this criteria, including they have drafted some maintenance agreements with not only the city and also the drainage district to, I guess, clarify and outline some responsibilities that they require for maintenance and, ongoing long-term maintenance as well. So we do believe that they do meet the criteria that we have set, and they have also kind of gone a little bit beyond by doing some of those maintenance agreements as well. And they do also have preliminary TxDOT approval for, I guess, like the conceptual land plan itself. That was sent in a little bit after the agenda was posted, so it didn't make the packet, but they do have preliminary TxDOT approval. So if there's any further questions, I'm not sure if the applicant is here.
Just a question for you real quick. If I remember correctly from when we discussed this one or two other times for some other locations, that because it also falls under the TxDOT jurisdiction and some of the other, that their requirements are far more stringent than what ours are technically. They have reporting requirements and maintenance requirements that far exceed what we ask for, correct?
And BDD4 as well.
Yeah, and that's right.
So
Okay.
we will require them to get approval from TxDOT and BDD4 prior to city approval.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And I think one other thing, I think in the past when we've discussed this, the concern has been, we can put all these regulations in whenever they do it, but there's only so much we can do going forward. But, it shows good faith effort that they're doing these maintenance agreements. But at the end of the day, 3-5 years from now, I guess that's always the concern, right, is what happens ongoing with it. Because we can regulate on the front end, but not on the back end necessarily.
That is concerned with anything, right?
Right. Anytime we do it, but there's no
Building.
other way. Nothing's going to go in this plot without a pump system because there's just.
Well, it can, but it's going to be really small.
Yeah.
I think the last time this came up, they did not have a maintenance agreement. And I think
They all do. They all have to.
They have
If
to.
I remember right,
It's in our ordinance as well.
Okay.
The other
Yeah.
Okay,
Like I said, the other regulations are more
My
stringent.
other
on
question
ours,
is, these have been single pump stations, right?
The one,
Was it one before single or double?
the ER was, the one that's immediately to the west is shared between, I think it's 3 developments, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, because there's really no backup system to this. Because if they fail one way or another, open or closed, I mean, they're either going to pump water or not. So,
But half of it is.
Gravity.
It is
Yeah,
gravity.
that
so
helps too.
yeah, but that's only a certain percentage.
That's half.
We're going to flood 50% instead of 100%, okay?
Mr. Abraham, who enforces these maintenance agreements?
Do you want to take that? So since we have an agreement with the city, there would be a little bit of enforcement capability that we have. So if we see anything up front, our code enforcement can reach out. And also if we have, if you're anticipating some sort of an extreme event, we can do sort of courtesy checks. And like y'all know, this is a new allowance that we have. You'll remember
used to be.
sometime back, we did not allow
Right.
pump detention. And then it slowly evolved, and we're looking at considering them on a case-by-case basis. And what y'all said is critical, and like the criteria that we have, that it has to be away from a residential development by so much distance, and it cannot be allowed as part of a residential. All those are kind of precautions that we're taking to make sure that if it fails, it does not impact the surrounding residential. And even if it fails and there's flooding, in spite of the 50% gravity, it remains within that property itself. Now, again, like I said, there might be more evolution to it depending on the more cases that come to our attention, and we may have to look at the whole enforcement of the maintenance agreement a little more closely to see what we can do to make it more enforceable. But right now, the agreement that we have, I think the city does have some level of ability to enforce it, and we have to be proactive than reactive around the time when there are good chance for a rain that could result in a failure. So,
Okay, any other questions?
Move to recommend this to the city council with condition.
Second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. All those in favor? And all those opposed? Motion carries unanimously, 7-0. Excellent. Development Services Staff Update. Update away.
so just real quick, this is some of the activities that we've seen since our last update, which was the second meeting last month. We've listed some of the pre-development meetings that we've had, and it has a good range of different kind of development people are considering. And like every single time I mention, some of these projects are just due diligence meetings, and some of these projects may not happen right away. Some projects may not happen because they are meetings requested by potential buyers. And if you want, I can go through the list one by one. We had a gentleman who owns an about approximate 19-acre tract who wants to build a house. One of the issues in there is access. We do not have a constructed road. This is north of Scotts Avenue, where Scotts Avenue takes a turn. Then we have the Presidio, which is at the intersection of Highway 6 and 288.
On that, the 19 acres, how many lots is he going to sell? 1 acre lots is he looking at?
So he was considering either using the entire lot for himself as a ranch after retirement, and there was also a consideration of possibly dividing it into multiple 1 acre lots and selling it off.
You said where it takes a turn.
So if you see Scott Avenue,
You come off 1128, you go down to the stop sign.
and then it turns to go south, right?
It
Okay,
turns
so it comes
into
down into the
cemetery.
corner.
So
Eventually
before cemetery,
cemetery.
but after the curve?
Yeah, I think
Before the curve?
I think there is a curve which is also called Scott's Avenue and before it connects to.
Yeah.
So it's where it goes from Masters, and this property is somewhere north behind all those houses on Scott, somewhere in the middle.
So it must be the Hayfield.
And he
Right
didn't
there on the
say how
turn.
many lots he was
Okay.
thinking of.
Yeah, and it's
The only
all
one I can
just
think of that's big
preliminary,
enough.
so we don't have a
Checking it out.
definite plan, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to figure where.
Right, and I can show you on a map where exactly
I'll
it
get with
is later on. And then we had Presidio Group. They had a OPUD in the past, and y'all may remember it was a development that was considered way back, and now they're trying to get on track and go through the application to get all the necessary approvals. So we did advise them that they would need to have a council action after recommendation from the PD&Z. So that is a project that you will see before there's any action. There was an individual who was looking to purchase an approximate 15-acre tract to build a home and have a single-family dwelling there. There was a group that was looking at the tract at the intersection of Large and School Road for an outdoor sports and family fun type use with, like, say, indoor golf and outdoor play area for kids and adults. And it was a concept. We don't have a whole lot of details. Then there was an applicant who was looking at a Pilates gym at 22217 Highway 6. It's further down. I think right now there is an athletic facility in that building. It was just interior use. Then we had a couple of meetings about the proposed gym at 7002 Bissell Road. And then a meeting where somebody is considering a couple of retail buildings at 7226 Masters Road. And then we met with the ESD 3, Brazoria County ESD 3. They're considering expanding their facility for added parking and stuff for vehicles. We did meet with a group that wants to do a chiropractic clinic within an existing building on Highway 6. Then we did meet with a group wants to do a home improvement store in the ETJ area next to our Manvel Town Center right now. And it's part of that BCS group that did a workshop at the city council meeting in the past. In terms of certificate of occupancy approvals, the shopping center at the intersection of Pursley and Meridiana Parkway, that's been completed, and they will be proceeding with future lease built out. I think the building itself has been completed. And right now we are reviewing the building permit plans for our West Wing expansion building here on this property. The civil site work the review was completed. Now we're reviewing the building permit plans for the building. Other than that, we don't have any updates. If you all have any questions, we'll be happy to answer from this
I'm
report.
just curious on ESD3 if there's enough room.
What is that again?
There's enough room with that ESD3 expansion? Is there plenty of room back there?
I'm not 100% sure. I missed that particular meeting, but I think, again, it's like a due diligence type meeting where they met with the city to see what options they have in terms of expansion based on the room they have and the requirements that we have. They have to figure out what their proposal is supposed
Yeah, I
to
was
be.
curious on that one.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, then. No actions needed on that item, so we will move on to agenda item D. Consideration and possible action to direct staff to provide applicants written statements of the conditions for any conditional approvals, the reasons for disapprovals of any plans or plats that were not approved, per Texas Local Government Code 212.0091. I'll make a motion to approve that. Second. All those in favor? Motion passes 7-0. If I can figure out what words are again. I'll make a motion to adjourn. Now, do I have a second? And all those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, everybody.